It's Wednesday, February 22nd. I'm Sarah Forgani with KENS 5 News Now. Overnight, police were called out to a gruesome scene where a woman was found dead in the street. Officers say this happened on South Zarzamora on the city's south side. They initially believed she'd been hit by a car, then discovered a 1-inch wound to her forehead. Police could not say if it was a gunshot or some sort of blunt force trauma. Now they're waiting on the medical examiner to determine the cause of death. Also on the south side, a shooting outside a San Antonio Walmart overnight leaves one person dead. Still no answer on what exactly happened. SAPD was called out late last night to that Walmart on Southeast Military Drive. They say they found the man with at least one gunshot wound to the chest. Police say first responders tried to save him but couldn't. Investigators now reviewing surveillance video from the store to try and get more information. Hundreds of flights have been canceled across the country as a powerful winter storm slams the U.S. It impacts much of the western and northern states with strong winds and heavy snow forecasted. Flight delays and cancellations are also expected to increase through Thursday. Several masses will be held at San Fernando Cathedral today, marking a holy day of prayer and fasting for many Christians. It's Ash Wednesday, which kicks off Lent. The 40-day period of self-restraint leads up to Easter. Christians will head to church today to be marked with ashes in the sign of the cross on their foreheads. They've only just started, but already changes on the way. The San Antonio Brahmas will have new front office management. The XFL confirmed the Brahmas have parted ways with VP of Business Operations Mike Sheehan yesterday. That just days after the team dropped its home opener Sunday, which despite the loss still drew the largest crowd of any XFL team. The league did say they remain committed to the city of San Antonio, and it is built to last long term. At the U.S.-Mexico border, the most restrictive border control measure yet under President Biden is unveiled, and it could stop tens of thousands of migrants from claiming asylum. Under the new rules, migrants who do not schedule an appointment at a port of entry would be deemed ineligible to claim asylum except in certain cases. The proposed rule also includes other restrictions and is similar to a ban former President Trump pursued while in office, but a federal appeals court blocked it. The Biden administration's policy almost certainly faces the same legal challenges.
This war is never a necessity. It's a tragedy. President Putin chose this war. Every day the war continues is his choice. He could end the war with a word.
President Biden, during a speech in Poland, doubling down on the commitment to defend Ukraine. He urged Russians not to believe war propaganda, and the president is expected to wrap up his trip to the Polish capital Warsaw today after his covert trip to Ukraine on Monday. The president continued to speak to leaders of countries that border Russia. He pledged the U.S.'s unwavering support nearly a year after Russia invaded Ukraine. New video today shows the moments from two different cases where someone was shot and killed by San Antonio police. First, a case in the parking lot of a motel on Southwest Loop 410. On January 24th, two officers approached the van and asked the man in the driver's seat to get out when they noticed knives near him.
You mind stepping on, man? You got way too many knives around you.
Police say 50-year-old Edward Hernandez had a baggie in his pocket, which they believed had the remnants of drugs. When an officer went to arrest Hernandez, they say he pulled a gun. SAPD slowed down this part of the video here showing the weapon. Police say Hernandez fired 2 rounds before he was shot and killed. The DA's office is reviewing this incident. In a separate deadly shooting that ended with the death of a 13-year-old boy, the DA's office said it has completed its review. Last week, a grand jury decided not to criminally charge Officer Steven Ramos for the death of A.J. Hernandez. The DA's office released video from that case. The teen was behind the wheel of this red car when he crashed into another officer's police cruiser. And you could see there Officer Ramos get out of his vehicle with a gun drawn before shooting the teen. We have a lot more of that video on KENS5.com. A.J. Hernandez's family, meanwhile, says they're disappointed in the grand jury's decision not to indict Ramos. They have petitioned for him to be potentially prosecuted at the federal level, and they plan to pursue a federal civil rights lawsuit. Caught on camera, a car burglary ends in a shooting. Now Bexar County Sheriff's deputies need your help getting to the bottom of this. This is video here taken from a home surveillance camera, and the sheriff's office posted it. Investigators say it happened in the San Antonio Ranch subdivision in Helotes. You could actually see one of the suspects had a gun. Deputies say the homeowner approached two men on his property who were apparently trying to steal a car, and that's when he shot at the two men and they fired back, hitting the house several times. The men got away in what looks to be an SUV. If you have a tip, call the sheriff's office at 210-335-6070. Children on the west side don't have a safe way to cross right now in one area after a dump truck knocked down the Pedro Romero Bridge. Overnight, an online petition was started to rebuild that collapsed bridge on Castroville Road. Within a block, there's a church, daycare, and elementary school, which means navigating around that mess without any traffic lights. City leaders are now trying to find a temporary solution, possibly a pop-up crosswalk.
Well, the car was a Kia, and they're stolen very frequently recently. There's a little group that our detectives are looking at that's been stealing Kias.
San Antonio police now investigating a crime spree involving Kias. The Kia Optima is actually now the second most stolen vehicle in San Antonio, according to SAPD. Detectives say thieves were able to start the cars using a USB drive. Now the company has released free anti-theft software upgrades for millions of their affected vehicles in hopes of reversing this trend. For today's forecast, here's meteorologist Bob Morales.
It's going to be a warm one today. High temperatures 88, very warm. Lots of sunshine. If you're going out to the rodeo this evening, it should be really nice. Temperatures mainly in the 70s.
And that's KENS 5 News now. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're in front of the TV, be sure to tune in to KENS 5, 4:30 to 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. I'm Sarah Forgani. I'll see you tomorrow.